Hello, welcome back to another video. I just want to start off this video saying that I really appreciate everything. I set a goal for myself that by 2026 I'd have 10 subscribers and 100 viewers, and I was really doubting myself with that because the previous videos, right, they got 10 views, right? And originally my first video got 2 views, then it went to 13, then 14, and then 20, right? And so if you look on the pace and you keep track, then you'll know that if I posted every day once, then I would not reach 100, right? And so I also had 3 subscribers, so basically a subscriber per video. And I do not have 7 more days of the new year, right? And so, that obsession with trying to become, trying to get that kind of made me lose sleep, right? I'm not gonna lie. It's not a bad thing, right? Because I did get it. And I'm very thankful for that. But this kind of goes into the topic of the video, right? Because when there's 2 sides of something, right? On one hand, let me rephrase that. There's always 2 sides of something, right? Usually there's a good thing, a bad thing. Sometimes there's more, sometimes there's less, right? But in this case, the 2 sides were me winning and me not winning, right? And it was at what cost that winning came from, which was me going to bed at 5 a.m. in the morning, right? Not sleeping, constantly thinking about it, right? Trying to figure out if I'll actually reach that goal to be able to reach that goal, right? And it's when you go and you don't make it, it's you just didn't put enough work in, right? You didn't work hard enough. But when you do work hard enough to get it, it's wow, I worked so hard that I didn't really have time to do anything else, right? And I'm not saying that working hard is a bad thing. I'm just showing this as an example for the 2 sides of things, right? Because there are a lot of things that people have very opposing views on, right? Like Democratic and Republican, or some political stuff. They usually have 2 sides. And there's also things like caring about the earth, right? Because I know some people really care about what goes into this earth, right? They won't, I don't know if people do this, but they won't use cars. They'll try and stay green, I feel like there is someone who does this, but I don't. But they'll try their hardest to preserve this earth, and then the other people will just say, oh, it doesn't matter, right? I think the earth will survive for us, right? It'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about, right? And that's not necessarily a horrible view to look at things, because it is most likely true that this generation will likely live to see the earth not collapse, right? But I definitely think that at the rate we're going, we will see the earth collapse sooner rather than later. Well, not we, but it will, right? And so I think that we need to take that into consideration, because it's pretty important. But that's getting off topic. I feel like the main reason why I'm making this is because in life, right, you're gonna get a lot of problems, right? And a lot of people that you don't really like who have opposing ideas, right? But no matter what, you guys are, I would say, yeah, you guys are connected in the sense that just like a coin has 2 sides, right? The coin is still a coin. The 2 sides are on the coin, right? No matter what, heads is always going to be on tails, right? They're not going to separate unless you melt down a coin and you physically separate them, right? Which is not really going to happen. So, they're both connected in a way. So no matter what, right? You have to understand that fact that no matter if you don't like them, if they don't agree with you, if you don't agree with them, then you guys still have points, right? And they could be, well, some could be stupid points, but it doesn't really matter, right? Because at the end of the day, you're going nowhere, right? Like, nothing's really gonna change. And I think that with 2026 coming up, right, and my whole New Year's resolutions, which if you guys haven't watched that video, please do. Okay, I think that I would like to be more understanding, and there's no real way to understand people than to try and think what they're going through, right? Because if you flip a coin, right, and you get heads, and then from that experience on, you go, oh, heads is the best side of a coin, right? Because you got heads that one time, right? You're gonna be pretty biased, right? Because this is an experience that happened to you, right? Now, if someone says, no, I swear tails is better, you're gonna be like, no, heads is better, right? Because, of course, it's attached to you, right? And they're gonna be like, no, tails is the best, right? And let's just say that their dad survived this supermassive car crash because a bullet shard came flying at their chest, and the coin on the tail side got destroyed, but it saved his life, right? I know this is like very improbable to happen, but I'm just saying, let's pretend, right? You don't know how much it means to them, right? Because that coin, right, saved their life, right? And this doesn't have to be a coin, right? This could be anything. This could be this could be like their beliefs, their ideals, their philosophy, right? It could be anything. And when people have two strongly opposing ideas, they kind of get blindsided by the fact that they kind of get carried away, I should say, within their little disagreements. And I think that's a big thing to keep in mind, right? Because, like, let's just take politics, for example. When you have two very vastly different political parties, there we go, political parties, then you kind of get carried away with, like, oh, the first thing you talk about when you go to someone's house, like, oh, what political party are you? Like, no, like that's just stupid, right? Like, you're not gonna like go up to someone, and if they're the wrong party, then just don't talk to them, right? And I don't know, that's kind of my take on it. But I want to keep this video short because I plan on posting another video or two later today, because I want to squeeze as much out before 2025 and before break ends, because once break is over and I have to go back to school, the videos like this are definitely gonna slow down, in my opinion, I think. But I will have different types of videos because I have a plan, and I'll see if you guys like it. But I definitely think that no matter what, right, even if it's different, right, you guys are still the same. And understanding that is really important to basically everything, right? Because living your life with such a one-sided mind is not a good thing. It's not a good way to live, right? And so, like I say every single time, but like I say every single time, you're only gonna have so many things that you could do, right? There's only so much time that you have, and I really think that it's important that you cherish it, and this is a really good example of it. And with that, I hope you guys have a great day, and that's it for me.